YouTubers, welcome to a little video wrapping up my 30-day art challenge. Got days 23 through 30 to go through right here. I'll try to keep a little focus on this little guy. And almost a post-mortem, although I don't want to say the entire thing, or even half of it, was a failure. So maybe post-mortem isn't quite the right term for it, but just an analysis of how it went and what I expected and didn't expect. It's kind of cool. So this is day 23, and I've learned I need to actually number all of these. Helps for when I actually sell them and what the heck day they're on. Putting them on Instagram helped me a lot. Remember which one was which. I am that scatterbrained. I had an exhausting week, so this one I wanted to go for something a little more simple. And it was fun. I got it done. Some days that's all I really needed to get out of myself, get it done. So there's day 23. Day 24 I've sold, and a lot of these I've actually gotten off to their homes before I could do the video. And there's a little watermark right here, but I think you get the picture on that one. It was from a photograph of celery flats, and I've done a lot from those particular photo references that I've had. But now you can see a little bit of what that looked like. And despite my printer being really stupid, that's actually very accurate for the colors back here for what it looked like, besides the little watermark that I got on that one. So that's day 24. That one has gone off to its good home. A lot of these did get sold very fast to my very supportive friends and family. Helps me buy more art. Day 24. Here's day 25. And you should see this one on the YouTube channel. It's one of my last videos that I actually filmed myself making it and chatting more about art. This was all out of my head from various practice of things. You can see it's very highly textured. So I used most of my better smooth canvases towards the beginning of the month, and I'm getting down to my weird gnarly looking ones that had other things that I didn't want anymore on them. But that was a fun little one to do, and it was during one of the bigger snowstorms vortex where I'm at in Michigan. I think I was craving those warmer days out there, but lots of, and warm cats. It's the best part of it. So there's day 25. Come on, camera. Let's keep in focus, please. Thank you. Just like me. Telling myself and my camera to keep in focus. 25. Day 26 has also sold and been shipped off to its owner. Again, with the warm thoughts and feelings. This was a photograph. It's painting now, of some boats in South Haven, and then a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing bought that one because he loves his boats. Duck boats for hours, and I'm very proud about how this turned out. Even in the print, you can see how I used a warm colored ground, and you can see that peeking through very, very faintly back there. There's a very thin paint across the whole thing, and I usually prefer to have thicker paint. Alright, thing doesn't want to focus. Sorry guys. There we go. Do you want to see it now, camera? Can you see it? Anyhow, so yeah, I usually like to use thicker paint, but I also love seeing that background come through. To me, it helps unify the piece. There's so many blues and greens and grays in Michigan. You need some kind of warmer color to poke through. I don't know if that's why a lot of the old masters and, old white folks in Renaissance times used that, or why burnt sienna and those orange tones were so popular. It does help warm up the painting, but I really liked how this one turned out. This is kind of an orange yellow, and I want to do more with those really bright backgrounds to poke through. So there's that one. I'm glad how that one turned out, and it's gone. Day 27. This is a subject I've done a couple times. I'm still haven't gotten it out of my head yet. I like to describe it as like a song I can't get out of my head. If there's certain images or motifs, as the fancy stuffy art world likes to say, a motif or a theme, like these particular cows, this particular photograph. I haven't done it the way I picture in my head yet, and I still don't even know what that is. So I'm going to do it until I'm no longer fascinated as much by it or compelled to paint it to get that picture in my head. But hopefully I'll visit those cows again this spring. And yeah, it's got a lot of a golden glow to this. And I believe I also have some of that orange underpainting to this one. Hi, camera. There you go. You can see that behind that little cow right there. A little bit of the texture too. See that one. The cows are actually very, very purple. So I'm glad how that one turned out. 27, day 28. You can tell this is all done during that big polar vortex of cold because I painted all warm, cozy things with sunlight. I believe they call this Big Red, although it's actually a very tiny lighthouse out in the Holland State Park in Holland, Michigan. Tiny little thing, because this is like a 1.5-story house. You can barely see the scale of it to some things, but think of this black line right down here as, you know, the handrail so you don't fall over. There's a little bench right here. It's tiny. It's adorable. I'm wondering how effective it was at the time, but it was enough, I guess, and it was really cute. Again, this is a very textured one, very textured canvas. I was wondering how the heck that would help with what I've got, and I'm not sure I actually like using super textured canvases. I like the smoother ones. I didn't think I would. Yep, so there's that little guy. He still has to have fun at home. And day 29, I was bored. I was thinking of these giant epic landscapes. I can't remember what the heck I was watching, besides a bunch of metal covers of different things, and it gave a very epic feel to the day. I was exhausted. Had a little bit of artist burnout through all of this, and I don't think it was necessarily the painting. Could be a bit of the seasonal side of things with lighting and energy that way. But if you can see all the layers going way, 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 way back in the distance with that fog, that's what I was trying to get. And again, up here is a little bit more yellow. Let me see if my camera will do some focusing things on that one. Come on, camera. You know you want to. That actually does look a little better. Much darker, but that's what it looks like. Lots of greens and purples, and then it goes into a dull yellow back here. But I believe the camera likes my hands right now. So, yep. Something a little epic, a little more fantasy. I used to do a lot more fantasy art back in the college days. Long time ago. And I actually wanted to get into some video game art. So a lot of that epic fantasy landscape is still back in my imagination here and there. And it will come out once in a while. So day 30 was inspired by a photograph taken by an acquaintance up in Glacier National Park. And again, it was a very textured canvas. So it was a different experience painting on it. This is day 30. It has already found a good home. And it was a fascinating exercise. There's so much going on in this photograph that it was a good exercise in narrowing it down. I love all the textures and the rocks. This is where it became tricky to focus only on a couple things. But it's got a wonderful impressionistic quality about it. So, and I think that actually is enhanced by the texture on here as well. So yeah, those are all days wrapping up my 30-day art challenge. You know, I found that when I got my art challenge done that day, I didn't have much focus energy left to do much of anything else. And so this is all the art I got done this month, were the little ones. And that's not such a horrible thing when I've sold a good third of them. It was wonderful. That helps me keep going on supplies. A lot of these I might just paint over, I might enhance some more, I might draw again. It's art application season for art fairs and craft fairs, so this will help me stock later on. It's a good exercise, an example of getting stuff done every single day. Although there were a lot of really exhausting days where I had other stuff to do and it suffered for that. Or I felt the pressure of producing and it suffered for that as well. But this is how you learn. There's some things that didn't go as great as I thought, like that one. I can do better. And I think it's a good thing once in a while to show some of your crappy paintings or the stuff in works in progress. Someone had a good video mentioning how social media wants beautiful, excellent quality posts, but they want them often. And you don't have the time to create that kind of excellence at the rate they want it. So if I post every single day what I'm doing, you're going to get some weird stuff that I wouldn't normally have posted. So I'm definitely looking forward to my feed going back to the more selective ones. One thing I was fascinated about with my feed for both Instagram and YouTube is that the audience didn't actually grow that much. And that could be because I did all sorts of genres of my painting. I did all sorts of things, and it wasn't, I don't want to say it's unified because I use that term a lot. Maybe the quality varied too much, I don't know, but the audience barely budged. So maybe not posting every day isn't the problem. These are good things. YouTube, I've been trying to go more on videos. We'll see how that goes. Lots more ideas coming. Facebook, I did get a commission or two. I've sold most of them through Facebook, actually, which I also find interesting, but that's where a lot of my friends and family are right now. So looking forward from here, I want to get more into the larger paintings, something like 16 by 20, get into the bigger ones. I certainly have plenty enough canvases to do that, and now I have money for more paint. So please subscribe and like this channel and this video if you want to see more art stuff and see other project post-mortems and analyzations to see what I can do better, what went really well, and if you do have a suggestion for something you'd like me to paint, particularly Michigan landscape, let me know. I probably would do something like a time-lapse video and speed it up real good from soup to nuts. The drawing, the composition, all the way to the end, and maybe even how I frame them. Thanks, everyone. Stay warm.